And because of all the ways Herbalife has paid me, I have been able to make $3,023.75 last month. And then today I'm going to speak on something that's kind of helped me within my business. The first, second month that I was in the Herbalife business, I got the opportunity to basically do a vendor show. I got to do uh, basically free samples, hand out like, certain clubs, they do tea samples at different fairs or events or schools and stuff. So I got this opportunity to do it for a personal tea table. And it was very nerve wracking. I am a very shy person, and I was like, no way, this is not me. Speaking in front of people is no, not me at all. So I actually decided 3 days before the event um, that I was going to do it. I just said, you know what? The only way I'm going to get out there is if I get out there. So I decided to do it. And let me tell you, the growth is real. And you will realize that once you make it farther into the business, you will look back at things and be like, dang, like, I thought I was doing great then, but look at me now. And so off of that first tea table that I did, I was able to get one of my preferred members, and then I also got somebody that got the 3-day trial pack, and then I also got one customer. So it was a super great outcome. I gave out tea samples, and I made out actually mega tea kits before they became a huge DMO to our org. So then when the opportunity came up for me to do it again in October, I was like, I'm doing this. Like, I got great outcome from the first one. Like, let's do it again. And when I did it, I ended up selling teas. Like, I went and got everything to buy mega teas. I had my personal club, so I was able to document the teas, and it didn't go so well. And that's where I want to get into the seasons of Herbalife. I thought it was going to be a huge hit. I did the first one and got great, 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 great feedback. And so I was ready to go for it. And I didn't get a customer. I didn't get an order up from it. Um, and I had to sit back and think, like, am I going to let this stop me from doing it again? Or am I going to keep going and keep getting out there so that way maybe somebody next time, gets to see the table, gets to try the samples, gets to buy a tea, and then go from there. And so it was very defeating, but then I took that and it kind of lit a fire under me to do more, push more. What can I do differently from the last table that'll get me more customers? So fast forward to this past April, April, I did another table, and this table, huge outcome. I was able to sell 12 mega tea kits, 2 3-day trials, I believe it was, and then I got 2 order ups from that. So it goes to show that if you keep up with it, you will see the different seasons. You will have bad days and you'll have good days. So this is my way of telling you, go out there, do it. Don't let anything like stop you. And, this flyer that I have here basically tells you word for word what I did at my table. I did the 21-day challenge info. I did an information page so that way they could write down, their information. And that way you're keeping in touch with those people that even though they walked past and took a sample but didn't get anything, you can reach out to those people and follow up with them and be like, hey, I saw you wrote down your information, here's info on our next challenge, kind of get to know them so that way they could potentially lead to future customers. So I also did the product samples. I had products out. They weren't for sale, but they were. I always keep my canisters because of situations like this. If people need to see a visual of what something is, it's right there for them in their hand. And they're more than likely to be like, oh, I kind of like this. Let me try this out. Let me get this for at home. So that was my product examples. I had the 3-day challenge little kits, and I call them challenges because people are more, you know, there's a lot of people that are ready for a challenge. I mean, I'm always ready for a challenge. And so when they see challenge, they're more likely to get into it because they not only want to challenge themselves, but they want the accountability of a challenge. So I keep those there. And then I had my mega tea kits for sale. And then I also had the free tea samples, of course. So that's kind of a little bit on the personal tea tables. I definitely have more coming up, but I really want to just go back, and I'm going to say it over and over, trust the seasons of Herbalife, because they're going to come in waves. You're going to have months where you don't get anything. And then you're going to have months where 50 people from 4 years ago that have watched you are going to be like, hey, you know, I've seen you, you've been consistent. Let me try something out. So that is my, you know, section today, and I'll pass it back to Lisa.
Thank you so much, McKenna. You did so amazing. And I really loved, like, thank you for hitting on the seasons of Herbalife, because I think that's something that it's like the real conversation of with anything in life. Like, it's going to be hard. It's going to be up and down. It's not always like going to be a straight shot of you start your business and all these people want to order from you. Like, the more realistic side of it is like you start your business and maybe people aren't responding, and you get, like I've always heard, you get 9 no's, or like you'll probably get 9 no's to get 1 yes. So it's like doing the work, continuing to show up, continuing to do the tea tables, how you said, and knowing that like in the work that you keep doing, it's no surprise then a couple months later when you randomly get 10 customers and people who want reach out to you, and you're like, wow, where are all these people coming from? Like it feels so exciting. And you're like, oh wait, it's because I didn't give up. And all the months prior, I continued posting, I continued reaching out, even if people weren't responding. I knew like people were on the way. So thank you for sharing what you did. And one question I want to ask really quick is, do you feel like with your, like when you were starting, working with your coach one-on-one, like helped you gain more confidence to get out there and start these tables too? So like, it wasn't like you just kind of figured it all out on your own, like you figured things out, but you had your coach supporting you throughout the way to like give you tools to get started too. And then did that build your confidence throughout each one to really like continue doing it?
Yeah, so I always had the conversation with Kira that like I'm one of those people where like before Herbalife, and I think Kira was the one that told me you got to get, you know, uncomfortable with the uncomfortable to get comfortable, you know. That's a tongue twister, but it's the truth. And when she told me that, it was like I kept that through going on, because you know, speaking out, a year ago, I would not see me speaking on a call. A year ago, I would not see me speaking at, you know, vendor shows doing these tea tables, because I just wasn't ready to get uncomfortable with the uncomfortable. So now, you know, hearing her tell me that really kind of just pushed me, you know?
Awesome. Thank you so much again. Appreciate you, and excited to bring up our final panelist. So last but very not least, she has been in the business for, I believe, over 5 years now. She is a nutrition club owner to 2 clubs, and just one of the sweetest, hardworking people I know. And really like she is proof, like no matter your age, no matter where you're at in life, like you can do this and you can be successful and you can create everything you want out of this. So Elizabeth, if you want to take it away.
Thank you, Lisa. Hi, guys. My name is Elizabeth, and I am 58 years young from Romulus, Michigan. And like Lisa said, I've been in the business now for 5.5 years. It's just crazy. But I got started on a 12-week challenge, fell in love with the products, but more than that, I fell in love with the community and just the constant encouragement that was always available. And so with that, it definitely made me want to pursue being a coach. Not necessarily for me, it wasn't for the money, but more for so that I could develop those relationships with people and just be able to have that as a source of just constant, I just lost my train of thought, but anyways, super grateful. Now, as you see in my picture here, I am so honored and blessed to be able to do this business alongside my daughter, who is my coach, my mom, and now my grandson. So it is like just the biggest blessing to me to be able to do this with all of my family. And in all the ways that Herbalife paid me last month, not coming in this for the money, I made $8,906.31. And it's just been amazing and a game changer when it comes to just the freedom of being able to say yes to different things that maybe before I wouldn't even have thought about that I wanted to do, but now I am able to because the money is there. So I get to talk to you guys tonight about how when I first started, I started doing shake parties, and kind of like McKenna, I was very nervous, but I was not alone. So I started January 1st, 5.5 years ago. And we talked about, what can we do to get my business going? And Anna and Kira came up with, why don't we do a shake party? We'll make, sample shakes, do waffles. And I was very much into Facebook at that time. For me, Instagram was not a thing when I first started. So I literally sent out invites to all my friends on Facebook. And before, within a month, we put together this little shake sampling party, and Kira was there, Anna was there, and I think I had maybe 4 other people. So don't ever, count out, like, if someone doesn't show up, it's okay. I'm pretty sure this was hard for me, you guys. I'm just gonna be honest, to think back that far, because it's not something at the time that I thought I should write all this stuff down so that I remember it. And now here we are 5.5 years later. I wish I would have wrote those things down, the numbers, who was there, all of that stuff. But pretty sure there were 4 people, not my coaches or my mom. So from that shake party, though, I did have one person sign up for products to get products. And then maybe 2 people signed up for products. And then one of them actually the next month signed up to be a distributor. So that was Megan, who, let's see, down in the bottom left. Megan is next to me in the turquoise sweater. So we had the shake party, and then after Megan signed up, we went ahead and duplicated that, and Megan had a shake party. And again, it was myself, Anna, and Kira there for support, because we're not going to do this alone. We're not going to expect our new distributors to do this alone. So, and at that point, I was still pretty new. So this was I believe Megan's party was in March. So I just signed up in January. So keeping that line of support was huge. And then from Megan's party, I actually had a couple people that I invited to Megan's party, and one of them went on to sign up, and that would be Marissa over on the far right. She is there with her friend, and Marissa signed up. So then in the middle, you see we've got Megan and Marissa, and at Marissa's party. So this was a whole kind of duplicating thing that we did in the very beginning. And you just make it fun and easy. It's like just sample some shakes. If you want to make waffles and show that there's another way to have the products. I love having waffles. If you've ever seen my stuff, you see either pancakes or waffles if I'm home in the morning. So it's just super easy and just a fun way to get people exposed to the products. So highly recommend doing this, and, you know, just get with your coach if you're interested and have them come along and support you. And, you know, if you don't have someone here local, like McKenna, I know your coach is not here local. So, you know, grab a sideline. I would love to help you sometime, but, you know, anything like that. It's like just getting together in a small, intimate environment and sharing the products. I always said this is something that's kind of huge for me too when talking to potential leads to become distributors. Oh, well, I'm not salesy. I can't sell anything. I can't sell anything either. I don't consider myself a salesperson. I share what I love, and that's it. And when you are just authentically sharing from a space of this is what I love, then it's a game changer. So I love the duplication there. Also just want to hit on the picture on the left. Also getting team to events. That's all I'm going to say about that one. Like that was huge. So those girls were there now. They're not, these girls are no longer in the business here on the left, and that's fine. We're still friends. We still chat here and there. Maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't, but it's fine. They had their time, and it was a learning thing for me having them on. So it's all great. And then the picture on the right. So Jen on the far left on the side of me, she was at my first shake party, and she joined a challenge, maybe joined a couple challenges, was a very faithful customer, just always doing the things. And then finally, probably 6-7 months into using the product, she decided, all right, I guess I will join. And if you know Jen, she is co-owner of Wine Nutrition. She owns New Points Nutrition. So she is my OG person. She was, you know, my great customer, and then my distributor that has been here from the beginning. So I feel like she's always been with me, but I had to ask her today. I'm like, you did not sign up right away though, right? It took a minute. And she's like, yeah, it took a minute. But because she's just always been there as a customer first, it just felt like she's always been there, but she's always going to be around. So anyways, that's my part, I believe. So just duplicate, sharing the products. And yeah, it's amazing. And
Thank
back
you,
to Lisa.
Elizabeth. We have a little special guest to finish this out. Everything you shared was so key, and something like that kind of hit on with McKenna as well was you didn't do it alone. So when you start as a distributor, it's not just like, here you go, like have fun, hope you figure it out and make some money. It's like, no, let's hand in hand, like arm in arm. You have your coach, you have your sidelines, you have everyone with you to support you. And like that shows with the shake parties that you did. So Anna helped you, Kira helped you, and then you went on to help a team member with them. So you guys all kind of did it together throughout the process and looking what it's duplicated. And I think it's key what you shared, that not everyone may stick around, like when it comes to customers and distributors. Like you might have customers that fall off, you might have distributors that fall off, but that's okay. Like that doesn't mean anything of you as their coach. Like people all are just on their own journeys, and they may come back around. Like you never know what what season of life they're in, and they might come back and be like, hey, I want to get restarted again. So still just loving people where they're at. But what you shared was really awesome. And like, just to kind of wrap this all up for you guys. So all of these are different ways that you can build your Herbalife business. And our goal is, like your coach's goal, I know, is to really support you in making money and get what you want out of this opportunity. And something that we heard shared at one of our events the beginning of the year was when you help someone make money in the first 48 hours, there's a 75% more likely chance that they're going to stay in your business long term. And if not, it's only a 30% chance. So really, when people get started, like, how can we help them make money right when they get started so they can see that opportunity and then continue and take that confidence to keep moving forward? So I'm excited because we're going to be starting to share some more on what you guys heard from this panel and how we can duplicate it. So maybe you're new and you're thinking like, that shake party sounds fun, but you're like, I don't want to do it alone. Or maybe your coach isn't local. That's no problem. Like Elizabeth said, I would love to support any of you, as I know like the local coaches would too, in doing a shake party together. And maybe that's something we'll figure out sometime this summer, is like doing a mixer, a social, where we can all come together and do like a joint shake party with all of us, because the more people you have together, the more knowledge, the more confidence. So like Sarah shared with her table, she learned from listening to me answer questions for people that maybe she didn't know the answer to yet. So then when she did another table, like she knew the answer to that question someone had because I was there to support her in that first time of doing the table. So there's so many different ways. If something sparked your interest that you heard tonight, definitely get with your coach, share with us in the chat after, because we would love to help support you and kick off your business. So I'm going to wrap it up, and that is what we have for this section. Thank you guys so much for being on and being plugged in. And I get to hand it off to one of my very great friends, someone who I got started with around the same time in this business, didn't know each other. And now it's just really beautiful to see like where our lives are at, and someone who inspires me. Anna, if you want to take it away, Global Expansion Team Member 2.5.
What's up, you guys? Thank you, Lisa. Okay, it's 8:30. We are clear. So we are going to go pretty quickly through this next section. But what I want to know is if you got value from this call, if you took notes, if your wheels are turning, drop a 1 in the chat, because I know I did. I know I'm excited to help some of my new girls with shake parties. I know I'm excited to really kick off this mega tea kit business. And I'm just really excited to continue to grow this thing. So if you got value, awesome, amazing. We're so excited for you, and I can't wait to see each and every one of you what you do with this thing. So just really quickly, if you don't know me, my name is Anna. I have been in the business for 6 years. I lose track. I've been in the business for as long as I've needed to be here, and I love it. I got started on a 12-week challenge. I got some incredible results, and I fell in love with the community. And I thought that every single person that I know needs to at least have the opportunity to be a part of this. So I was like, I have to share this. I can't hold this all for myself. 6 years later, here we are. I co-own 2 nutrition clubs. I have 4 total nutrition clubs in my organization. My team is creating a huge impact. And because of that, last month, and all of the ways that Herbalife paid me, I was able to earn $8,844.18. And man, oh man, that's incredible. That's a story for another time, though. We're just going to get right into it. So next, we are going to go into some recognition. So I'm really excited about this because I know that we have a lot of new people on the team and on the call. So first things first, we're going to look at our top supervisors. So one thing that I just want you guys to notice is the #1 spot right here is Jennifer Rainey. So like Elizabeth just said, Jennifer was someone who came in from a shake party, which is freaking huge because you never know who that shake party is going to bring into your business, right? So congratulations to the top supervisors. If you see your name on this list and you see maybe your sideline or your upline or someone who can inspire you to get a little bit higher on your volume, we still have a couple weeks left in this month. So where do you want your volume to be at? What's your goal for the end of the month? See where you're at now and then where you need to be and really go for it. And then next, we're going to look at the top new distributors. This is just so far in June. So this is incredible. So we have, 7 new distributors on the team total this month already. So congratulations to Jennifer with 2 new distributors, and then myself, Lisa, Cassandra, other Lisa, Olivia, and Elizabeth, all bringing on 1 new distributor this month. That is so exciting, and I hope that all of you newbies are on the call today and getting a lot of value from this. Next, we're going to look at our top preferred members. So preferred members, if you don't know what they are, get with your coach, but they are a VIP customer who tends to order more consistently, and order more product. And so those are really key builders of your business. And so new preferred members, Kira, Eileen, and Jamie, all with 1 this month. So shout out to you guys. I think we can do better though, and we can grow this number. So if your name is not on this list, let's get you on there. And then the gap to senior consultant. So what's really cool is that of all of these new people, you're already at senior consultant. So we don't have anyone who's inching for senior consultant right now. So you have all already done your 250 volume points to get you to that next level of the marketing plan. So the gap to qualified producer, which is a 42% discount and profit on your products. You need 1,000 volume points to reach this. We've got Zachary, who's less than 200 volume points away. Olivia, Meadow, Maddie, Megan, and Michael all working their way towards qualified producers. So let's close these gaps out by the end of the month, so that way we can get even closer to recognize you for supervisor. And next, the gap to supervisor. So this one has a gold background, you guys, because they always say that when you hit supervisor, when you're at that 50% discount and profit level, your products come in gold wrapping paper and everything just tastes better at 50%, right? So we want you to get to supervisor as soon as possible. That is the goal here. So shout out Jenna, shout out Megan, shout out Brooklyn. You are all less than 1,000 volume points away. And then the rest of the people on the list are also inching their way towards it. So let's get you there. Let's get you connected with your coach and see how you can get there even faster. And next, we're going to talk about Premier League. So if you have not heard of Premier League, listen in now. Premier League is a huge deal right now with Herbalife. If you don't know who Eric Worre is, write down his name on your little notepad. Google him after this call. He is like #1 in network marketing. And if you don't know, what we're doing right now, Herbalife, is a network marketing business. So when you qualify for Premier League, you get these exclusive trainings with Eric Worre. All you have to do right now is click I'm in on your Herbalife website, and you get access to 3 training calls with Eric Worre that are incredible. So get with your coach to get some more details about this, but Premier League, we really, really, really want to focus on that, and we want to get each and every one of you there. The accelerating new distributor profitability. What is it? So right now, I just kind of hit on senior consultant a little bit, but right now Herbalife through the end of the year is doing this accelerated program where to hit senior consultant, to get your first raise in Herbalife, to get you to that 35% discount and profit level, the qualification is cut in half. So it's usually 500 volume points in 1 to 2 months. But right now, until December 31st, all you have to do is 250 volume points. We're all already there, but this is important to know so that when you get a new distributor, you know that all they have to do is 250 volume points to get to that senior consultant level. We're starting a new chat. So we're really excited about this. And this is the new chat is called Class of 2024. So if you are a new distributor this year, 2024, we have a new chat for you. There's going to be a link posted in our Get to Supervisor chat now for you to join. And what the purpose of this chat is to really, really, really focus on getting you to supervisor as soon as possible, to get you clear on the steps and taking action and learning the basics of Herbalife and what that means. So our goal is to get you to supervisor as soon as possible so that you can get, your gold wrapping paper and all your products tasting even better than they do now, right? But we want to get you there as soon as possible. So all new distributors as of January 1st, 2024, and their coaches. So if you as a coach have a new distributor that you've brought on, you also will be joining this chat. Okay, so that's going to be launched as soon as this call ends. So make sure that you add yourself or add your people to it. And then This is just a quick little, you guys can take a screenshot of this. This is like a little breakdown of the marketing plan. So how do I get to each new level in the marketing plan? Take a screenshot of this. This is really good, really informative. It's also going to be in that new chat that I just shared with you guys. So if this is valuable for you, take a screenshot and then stay tuned also, because with the new chat, we're also changing the name of our current Get to Supervisor chat. We're trying to make this as simple as possible for you guys. So our new team chat is going to be called Team Abundance Coaches. So you'll notice that name change. So if you search and you're looking for the Get to Supervisor chat, it's going to have a different name. Okay, so another really cool note too is that if you don't know, message me after this call and I can show you how to do this, because I'm not going to go through all of it right now, but you can pin 5 different chats to the top of your Telegram. So if you're like in all these chats, or you're chatting with all these people and your chats get lost, it's really simple. You can pin the Team Abundance Coaches chat. You can pin the Class of 2024 chat. You can pin if you work in a nutrition club, and that way those ones stay on top. So everything is really simple for you to find. But if you need help with that, message me or message your coach and we can help you. And that is not all that I have for you tonight. Extravaganza is coming up very, very, very soon. It's next month. If you have your extravaganza ticket, put a 2 in the chat. I am so excited. I have never been to Minnesota before. So I'm excited to go. I'm excited to experience Minnesota in all of its glory. But I'm also excited because I have team coming with me, and I'm excited for my team to experience extravaganza. I've been to a few extravaganzas myself, and they are incredible. You get to learn from the top doctors, the top Herbalife distributors. Eric Worre is going to be there teaching us. So that is another incredible thing. And we are still in qualification period for extravaganza. So for the VIP experience, there is a board for extravaganza as well. So if you downloaded the boards app that Kira was talking about earlier this evening, there is a board for extravaganza where you can figure out, flights and hotels and all of the things, the qualification period and everything like that is in there as well. Downriver Run Club. If you've gone to Downriver Run Club, let me get a 3 in the chat. If you haven't been to Downriver Run Club, but you're gonna come this weekend, put a 4 in the chat. We're meeting at Heritage Park. I'm not, because I'm gonna be in the Bahamas, sorry. But we're meeting at Heritage Park at Maggie's Sweet Shop at 9 a.m. Okay, we do this every single Saturday morning. The purpose of this is to really, really, really grow our community and just have that community aspect and get people involved in living a healthy, active lifestyle, because we are health coaches, right? So with this Downriver Run Club, we have launched this thank you for coming card, Run Club member. So this will also be shared in the chat after this call. You can take a screenshot when it's shared in the call, or save it to your photos, or saved in the chat, sorry. Save it to your photos. And then when you have someone, a client, a customer, a friend, a family member who comes to the Run Club as your guest, you get to send them this card. You get to send them, it's valid for 1 week. Okay, so when you have the valid until, you can just go on your Instagram and write it in the date on the Instagram story and then save it and then send it to that person. But it's valid for 1 week, and they get $2 off at their local nutrition club, just to say thank you for coming. So that's something that's really exciting. We're really excited for launching that, and just to see how that is, and if it gets people to, try the products. And that's the goal when we invite people to events, is get products in their mouth, right? So if they have a little incentive, we're hoping that it helps. So save this, use this, send it out to your people who come to the Run Club. And if you have not came to Run Club yet, please join us. We're a lot of fun, and we don't always run. Not all of us run. Some of us walk, some of us jog. My grandma started running the first week though, and I was like, dang, I got to start running. So push yourselves. And yeah, I'm excited to see you guys, not this weekend at Run Club, because like I said, Bahamas, but next weekend I will be there because I'm committed to growing this thing. So that is all we have for you tonight. Thank you so, so, so much. If you are an active supervisor, or you did 2,500 volume points last month, please stay on the call, because we have another 10 or so minutes of things to share with you. That's going to be really, really, really important. We're excited to share. If you are not an active supervisor or you did not produce 2,500 volume points, thank you so much for hanging out with us until 8:43 p.m. We did pretty good, guys. You guys are all set and have a great night. And active supervisors, we will pick this back up in a few moments.
Everybody's hearing from here, but we're here doing our thing. Letting go a little by little, sipping on the frozen drink. Taking more, taking pour out, taking clouds, ain't leaving no rain. Twin peaks are shaking like a
Active supervisors, if you got to get up and stretch or do a little dance or go for a little pee break, now's the time. Because we're going to come back and we're going to be locked in, ready to go in like 2 minutes.
shaking, we ain't feeling no pain. It goes like 1, 2 margaritas, 3 margaritas shot. When that sun lays down, we'll be on our way. One more play, last chance to play. They sing to me, don't scream me, soft and that song. It's the margarita, and margarita will be gone. Shades on the eyes to cut the bloodshot away. Hair in the gun shouldn't take long, but who cares what got all day? Palm trees are in the sun, screaming the wind.
All right. There are 8 of us on the call now, so I think that means we're good. Okay, hello, active supervisors. Congratulations for being here. Proud of you guys. Let's freaking go. All right, so this is going to be a higher level conversation as you guys are all active supervisors building a business, really showing up, whether you're showing up in the nutrition club, whether you're showing up by adding the distributors to your team, whether you are showing up by getting more clients than you've ever had before. You are here and we are proud of you and we are excited for you. And we're excited because you guys are like the top producers of the organization. You guys are the people who we are really excited about growing this thing with. Obviously with everyone else as well. But from all of you, we're going to have a real conversation. We're going to have a serious conversation. And first things first, I decided to be the one to have this conversation with all of you because I think that it's important to own your stuff, right? Okay, so I want to ask you guys all. Kira's like, what are you about to say right now?
No, wait, is Margaret iPad Maggie?
Yeah.
She's during the waiting room. Is she active soupy?
You need an active supervisor? Yeah, okay.
Okay, also messaging a bunch of my active soups who hopped off, but here we go.
Okay. All right, so I just want to talk really quickly about the chats. So the Team Abundance chat, AKA Get to Supervisor chat, and the Evolve Together chat. So we're really going to focus on those 2 chats right this moment. If you are someone who feels like you could be more active in the chat, drop a 1 in this chat, or just raise your hand if you're driving. Okay, perfect. Me too. Okay. When I first started this business, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set an alarm to remind me to eat food because I didn't eat food until dinner time. And then I was also like, I'm going to set an alarm to be in the chats. And sometimes we have to just go back to the basics and we have to go back to the things that we did when we first started this business because they work, right? I was just talking to Jen today about personal development and how I feel like a lot of us have just gotten off of the personal development train, but that's something that we focused on heavily when we all first started the business, right? It was like, what are you doing for your PD? What are you doing for your PD? What are you doing for your PD? So the chats are so important, especially now with these new distributor chat that we have launching, the class of 2024 chat. We are really excited to help all of our new distributors. So I'm excited to help Kira's new distributors, to help Jen's new distributors, to help Angel's new distributors who are coming, to help Elizabeth's and Kira. We are one team and we can't do it without each other. So it's really important that we are in these chats. We're answering questions. We're encouraging our people to ask their questions in there, and we are adding value in there. And it doesn't always have to be a long, profound message or a video bubble or a voice memo of some sort of value. But if you had a conversation with someone and then they ordered products, like, it's so simple, and Kira does a great job of this, of screenshotting that conversation, because then people can see like how we're responding to questions and how we're wording things, and that stuff is valuable. That is valuable to a new distributor. I know it's valuable for me sometimes even to see like, okay, this is how Kira worded that. This is how we can answer these questions. So it's just really, really, really important for each of us to be in the chats and be responding to people and be hyping people up. Like when Kira has a new distributor who just hit qualified producer, that is huge. So imagine to yourself right now that you have a new distributor and they just hit qualified producer and they're working their way to supervisor. Are you amped up about that? Yes or yes? I hate when people say that from stage, by the way. But we're amped up for our people, right? So we get to be amped up for each other's people too, because we always preach that we're a team and we're a family and this is a community and all of these things. We get to show up in that way. And like I said, I'm having this conversation because I am a mirror right now and I'm speaking to myself. I'm literally looking at myself right now while I'm having this conversation with all of you, because I'm clear that this is an area that I can get better at. And so what I'm asking of all of you is, let's hold each other accountable. Let's hold each other accountable and let's be in the chats. Let's be in the new chats and let's be in our client chat. Because if you have a new client who's down 5 pounds, are you excited? Probably. So let's be excited for our people and let's add value for our people. And this is another one where, again, talking to myself, okay, why am I not posting in the chat? What am I not doing? Oh, is it probably because I'm eating pizza right now? I'm not, but I might order a pizza. But is it because I'm ordering a pizza and I'm a freaking health coach? Probably. I'm probably not going to take a picture of my pizza and post it in the chat. So accountability for myself, for each other. Let's make a healthy meal. Let's make better choices. Let's drink our freaking water so we can post that in the chat. Let's drink the greens that we say that we're going to drink for 21 days so we can post that in the chat. And so really, 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 this is just a conversation of, I see you. We are all so busy. We all have our lives. We all have everything going on, but this is crucial to not only growing our business, but supporting our customers and helping each other grow as one entire team, because we are one. Okay, so the chat's very, very, very important. And you know, it starts with us, and that's why we're having this conversation with you all, the active supervisors, as the leaders of the group and the leaders of the organization. I think that we can, all of us in general, do a better job. My computer's gonna die, so let me plug it in.
Anna, while you're plugging it in, I'm just gonna share something really quick on that too. Like,
Okay.
I wanted to hit on my mega T-kit section. If you guys were on the call with Tim's org, they were talking about the importance of adding your mega T-kit customers into the client chat, so they get exposure to different like shakes and teas and people. But it kind of hurts my soul inside when I'm like, you got to join this accountability group and it's amazing and everyone's so nice and welcoming and you get so much value. And then it's like the same 3 people sharing their meals over and over, which thank goodness for y'all, like rather a few of us than none of us, but it's like, it doesn't really live up to the hype that we talk about. And it just feels funky. It doesn't feel super authentic and good for me. And I want to be able to do that. And I want our people to be able to do that, because I think that that's something where they get started on a mega T-kit, they added to the chat, like Elizabeth, your girl, Lauren, Lindsay, why am I blanking on her name? Lindsay? Yeah. she saw me post the greens and she ordered the greens the next time. So it's little things like that, or Elizabeth shares bev mix and one of my girls gets the bev mix. So it's literally part of what the chat was designed for. It can do like work for us. It can help build our businesses and act as a follow-up tool. But right now it's not really acting as what it was designed for. And so like Anna said, like we really are all busy in our own ways, but like if you have time to be on social media, and I'm talking to myself too, right? If I'm on Instagram and I find myself scrolling, let me stop and let me go put something in the client chat. Or if you're scrolling and you see something inspirational, copy it and paste it to the client chat, you know? So just like be mindful. Let's start to have awareness of, do we not have enough time, or are we really just making a choice?
Perfect. Thank you, Kira. And yes, that was, again, we were having this conversation and I was like, I'm going to take this section because I know that sometimes we get these ideas in our head of like, okay, Kira stays at home now. She's a stay-at-home mom. So she has all the time in the world, right? Freaking no, first of all. But second of all, Kira makes time to be in the chat. And so when I'm scrolling on my Instagram or I'm posting whatever I'm posting on my Instagram story, because you guys all know I'm on my Instagram story, why can't I take the 2 extra seconds, save the picture that I just took and post it into the client chat? And so it's like, are we actually doing what we can do? Are we actually showing up in the way that we can show up for our business? Because if we're doing it in other areas, I know I can go on my phone right now and look at my screen time report, and it's pretty dang high. So if you say that you don't have time to post in the chat, I would invite you to look at your screen time report on your phone and really check in. Really check in with yourself and where you're making excuses for what you can and can't do. And again, I am preaching to the choir. I am not saying this because I think that I am doing a better job than any of you, because I am clear that I'm not. And that's why I am asking for all of your accountability in this. And I think that we can just up level all of our chats really, 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 really to the next level. So we're really excited for the new distributor chat. We're excited to grow that thing too. So if you have new distributors as of this year, you get to be added in there too, which is something that's really cool, because some of you might be like, this is my first new distributor, or it's been forever since I've had a new distributor and I forgot how to coach them. Like, I don't know how to coach them or how to best, be there for them. This is really cool because it's going to be a smaller group than our Get to Supervisor Team Abundance chat. And so it's going to be really like tight knit. We're going to be working really closely with these people. It's going to be really step by step and in detail. And we all get to help each other coach each other's people. And so you have support in coaching your people, and you can also offer support in coaching other people as well. Extravaganza is coming up. I hope that you are all coming. I'm very, very, very excited, like I just said, for Extravaganza. Let's just make sure that we are hyping up this event, and let's make sure that we're having conversations with distributors on bar, or we're having conversations with our new distributors about Extravaganza. Don't decide for them. Okay. Kira asked me so I joined the business in May. Don't count people out. Thank you. I joined the business in May. Okay. So May, June, July was Extravaganza. Kira could have said, I'm not even going to ask Anna because it's in Houston and that's a big deal. And Anna has 2 young kids and Anna works other jobs, and this might be a lot for Anna. She could have thought all of those things and not asked me, but she asked me. And Caitlin could have said, I'm not going to ask Lisa, who also just joined the business in May. And she's got all of this going on. She's getting ready to get married, all of the things. I'm not going to ask her, but she did. And guess what? Lisa showed up to Extravaganza and I did not. And I was sitting there watching like, dang, I gotta be there. Okay, so you never know if they will or they won't. And it's no judgment either way. Lisa's doing great. I'm doing great. We're all still here. It's a great, big, happy family. Okay. But I know that Lisa got things from that event that I will not be able to get from someone else telling me a story. So you never know what someone needs to hear. You never know who is going to be speaking on stage that's going to really hit with one of your people. You never know what we're going to get from these events. And so really just the power of inviting and just putting it out there for them. So don't count people out. Don't decide for them. Give them the choice and give them the opportunity, especially with this new promo right now that we have going on where senior consultants get a free ticket if you are in for Premier League, if you watch your 3 videos, and if they do that 250 volume points, not in a club. Okay, so make sure that you're clear on the qualifications on that. It's all on your website, but let's get as many people as possible to Extravaganza. And I love you guys, and Kira is gonna take it from here.
Thanks you, Anna, thank you. And just to go off of that too, you guys, like what Anna said about I could have had those thoughts and not shared. I had those thoughts, but I shared anyways, because my brain was like, oh my God, she's gonna think I'm asking her to spend all this money. She's brand new. So I had all of the thoughts. I heard them talking in my head, but what my coach taught me was to do it anyways. And I was hungry to grow, so I listened. And I thought about what it did for me and what it could possibly do for these other people. So it wasn't about me. And I realized that me asking people, I was making it about me. It's not a me thing, it's a them thing. Like it could literally change someone's life. If you have been to an extravaganza, like there was one extravaganza for me, and I've been to like, shoot, 7 or 8 now. This might be my 9th. I don't even know. Crazy. There was one where I was in the nosebleeds. I mean, the tippity top of this arena, like the last row could lean on the wall. My ears hurt. I was so high up. And I think, I don't know who was with me. And I just remember like it was a pivotal moment for me. It was Richard Carmona, who used to be the United States Surgeon General. Like he ran the entire United States, hand selected by the president and all these government officials to lead the world, the United States, at least in health and wellness. And I was like listening to this man who was so knowledgeable, so experienced, like done things that none of us will ever be able to even understand, was fought in wars. It was insane. And if you've heard him speak, he's like unbelievable. And I was sobbing in the upper row, like taking notes, like literally I couldn't stop writing. And I don't remember fully like what he said, but I just remember like the feeling that I had. And I literally wrote, I will never sit in the nosebleeds again. Like it is my job to get my butt down there and to help impact more people. I never sat in the nosebleeds again. The next year I qualified gold and sat on the floor in Texas. And it was like a complete, like I have goosebumps. It was a complete game changer for me. I didn't know who that was. I didn't know who was speaking. I didn't know that was going to happen to me. But if I didn't show up to the event, I maybe never, well, I definitely never would have had that moment. And who knows where I'd be today? Who knows if I would have went all by myself with maybe 2 to 3 people and continued to sit in the nosebleeds and hope something was going to change for me, like I did for a lot of years. Like it took me a while to get some momentum, you guys. And a lot of you don't know that because you just weren't here yet. But extravaganza especially is one of those events where you cannot replicate the energy. Like you can't give people notes. It doesn't matter for them to read off your booklet or hear you talk about it. Like when you talk about it, they can feel your excitement, but there's nothing like you being there in the seats. And I also just want to share, like, I understand that it's hard to get there. Truly, from a financial perspective, more than ever now, from a child care, getting, things handled perspective, from a nutrition club owner perspective of having to have people show up and work the club when Lisa and I and everyone else is at extravaganza are gone. Like, I really, really do understand it. And you guys should see the logistics of what it's taking for me to get there this year with the baby. Like, Jake's driving with the dog to Michigan 2 days earlier than I'm flying with the child for 3.5 hours to Minneapolis. He's flying from Detroit to Minneapolis because we have no one to watch the dog. So he has to do a 2-day drive. It's like insanity. It's like so crazy. Jake quit his job because I had no one to come with me. Like, you guys, it's a no matter what for us. And when I made the decision that I was going to President's Team and Beyond in Herbalife, and my coach and the people who are still around said, you don't make 12 decisions a year of whether I'm going to the event. You make one decision in your Herbalife career, and it's I will go to every event unless your daughter's getting married or you're sick or we're compassionate, like you're humans too, right? But it's so much easier when you make one decision versus every month you're like, do I have to go? Like, am I going to go this month? Am I going to figure it out? So I'm saying all that to say it was really hard this year for our family to figure it out, harder than it's ever been. And we're making it work, right? We're really making it work. So if I can make it work, I believe that those of you who want to be there will also find a way to make it work. And I also know from experience, way easier to say, I can't make it work. So much easier to be like, yeah, I just can't do it this year. I have too much going on. I don't have anyone to watch the kids, all of that. Like, that's what my inner voice said. There was a part of me that almost said I can't go to Extravaganza this year. And then I was like, excuse me, flick that off my shoulder. Like, absolutely not. Of course I'm going to Extravaganza. If I'm not going, why the hell would any of my team go to Extravaganza and the team that I want to come on that I say that I want to get to the president's team? So just some things, no judgment, just awareness, just considerations for you guys to think about. Like, where are you at? What's the voice in your head saying? And what would the president's team version of you, if that's something you want, what would the highest version of you do? Would you go to Extravaganza or not? Would you figure it out? And what will it feel like for you when you're in those seats, knowing you worked really, really hard to figure it out, but you got there? What if you have the aha moment that I had at that whatever Extravaganza it was that radically changes your life? So there's a reason we talk about the importance of Extravaganza. And I think it was on one of the Eric Worre calls, and they said it's the events that you have to travel to that changes your life and that shows you who's committed in your business and that keeps people around. Like, it's a literal statistic in all of network marketing, different companies. The people who travel to these events, they stay around and they're the most successful ones inside of companies. So that's just to play off of what Anna shared, like, wasn't even something I was going to share, but it really is that important. And then the couple of things I did want to hit on is just Premier League. You guys, Anna said it on the call, but briefly, right? Because there's people in that chat who, like, their main focus is get to supervisor. Like, and that's why we created that group, because we want to focus on the basics. Like Anna said, like, I made a new marketing plan. We made it super simple breakdown. If you have we're doing better than we have in a long time, you guys, at getting new distributors. Like, I'm loving seeing all these new people added. Where we can continue to get better is that, but also is having them actually be Herbalife distributors that get to supervisor and beyond, not just volume from the club supervisor, which is still a supervisor, right? No better than the other, but why not equip them to know what's possible for them inside of Herbalife, whether they're 15 or they're 50. I have a girl who's 15 years old, who's working at Southgate, who was on the call on video, just messaged me, hey, can you add me to that Extravaganza board? She's 15. Like, if my 15-year-old daughter was like, Mom, I'm going to Extravaganza, I'd be like, let me talk to this girl, which I'm willing to talk to her mom, right? Like, you never know. I am willing to do that. But so what Anna said too, like, don't count people out. But she's 15 years old and she's like hungry to learn how to get to soup and do the Mega T kits. And she posted like 1,000,000 ones and exclamation points that she was inspired from the call tonight. So, this new chat that we have, and she texted me today, how do I get to supervisor again? Like, how do I do that? What are the points? And I'm like, this is exactly why we have the chat. And I told her this chat is coming. So it's going to have, it has the marketing plan pin. You guys can watch a couple videos I posted in there, but our goal and our intention, and also why we need your support, we get to coach people in there. So I was like, why am I doing this one-on-one coaching with all of these people? Just talking for myself personally, like, not saying I'm the only one doing this, but like, why wouldn't I also be sharing this with the rest of the group so that Elizabeth's people can learn the same stuff? And why wouldn't whatever Anna's sharing with her group, I want my people to learn this stuff. And I want them to see that it's not just me sharing with them. So we really want this group to be for that. And we're going to be specific. Like, the time to build flyers, whole nother story, guys. We're, to be quite frank, we're sucking with those. The time to build flyers that we created in the Get to Soup group, like, those people don't need to be doing some of that stuff. They could, but really they just need to get to supervisor. That should be their only focus. Like, how do I get new customers, new distributors? How do I grow my volume through nutrition clubs, through Mega T kits, through whatever it is to get to 2,000 points ASAP? Then we focus them on what's in the other team chat. So that's the, like, difference, I guess, between the two chats, but we need your guys' voices in there. And when we ask for things like Like we might even do a call with that group. That's just like them asking questions, like a very basic, it's going to be more like a focus group. Like if any of you guys were around years ago when we did like focus groups with Jay's org, and it was like a couple different pres team and mil team, whatever would share. And then they'd be like, okay, these are your 2 action steps, you guys. I want to see you doing them in the chats. And then remember all the new people would post. If any of you guys remember that, that's what we want this group to be. And our goal, like Anna shared on the call, our goal is to get as many of the new people in that chat to supervisor as possible. Like we want them there. And so that's their focus. Our focus, you guys, active supervisors, if you are not attempting to qualify for Premier League right now, you are missing the boat. It is not easy for any of us, right, to get 10 new distributors and 2 supervisors. When I first heard it, I was like, wow, we went from not focusing on recruiting to that? Like, okay. And when I heard you're going to get VIP treatment for the entire 2025 year and the rest of 2024, however early you qualify for, something in me was like, put me on the red carpet, put me on the floor, whether I do 35,000 volume points for VIP or not, because I hustle for that and I don't always get it, especially not being in a club. So I'm like, if I can do this work now that's going to grow my team anyways and get VIP seating, that's what I want. The treatment and the Eric Worre trainings, like I'm in. So what is it for you that you can get connected to? But seriously, you guys, go for it. And I feel like when we hear things that we're not comfortable with, we just don't try. Like we think it's too hard. If you don't have this, I've said this on the last 3 calls, print it out. What are you waiting for? I will drop it again. Print this freaking thing out, please, and start to try to fill it out, okay? And be clear on the qualification. So Premier League is getting 10 brand new distributors. They have to do 250 volume points, not club consumptions, don't count. So if you guys have 5 new distributors, great. Like I've got 5 on here and none of them have done 250 not through the club. One girl's 80, Jenna is 80 points away, but they still don't count. But if I didn't have this tracker, especially when you're working with many new distributors, like it's really been a godsend. So get clear on the qualifications and then go for it. Because I somehow put in my head that like I had to do it by extravaganza because I wanted to sit on the floor so bad, which right now it doesn't look like it's going to happen because of volume. And still going for that first tier though, I'm right there, even the second. Anyways, I put it in my head that I had to do it by extravaganza on accident, forgetting it was all of 2024. And I think that's what's like helped me get as many people as I have right now, because I've been hustling like it ends in a month. So I'm, got half of my 10 people and more additionally on the way, but we have the entire year, you guys. We have 6-7 months. Every single one of us on this call can qualify for Premier League if we want to, especially with the simplicity of showing the mega T-Kit business and the nutrition clubs, of course, and the pair together, like it's really a no-brainer. So I'm sharing that with you guys because I was on an org mastermind call with like Jay, Mike and Carly, Jill, Steven, and they were like, Jay was saying, like, guys, our guys aren't focused enough on Premier League. Like, this is the thing to hit in the entire company right now. Like, we cannot fail to say it. And right away, I'm like, right, like we barely talked about it in our chat. So that's when we talked about like, we need this we need to make sure our active supervisors are focused. So let's be going for it. If you have questions about it, post in the chat, ask, whatever, text us, text me, text your upline. And then as we're starting to get new people, let's be posting like, just got my first toward my 10 for Premier League or whatever it is, so that other people can become curious too. And then lastly, and thank you guys so much for being on, because we are almost 2 hours out, which I appreciate you guys. Oh no, that's it. Good news. That's it. I thought I had one more thing. I don't. Lisa, if you have anything, or Anna, if you have anything else, I know we've really been chatting about this call. So, anything else you guys want to share before we hop off, or if anyone wants to hop off and say anything?
I just want to say one more thing in regards to the chats, how we're showing up in our business, coming to events, getting our people to events, all of the things. And I said it before, it starts with us, but really, 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 truly, it starts with us. And so if I expect my new distributor to be in the chats, and if I'm telling my new distributor to go to events, and if I'm telling my new people, these are the things that we get to do, but then they see me not doing these things, that's where it's been a really big check-in for me, is like, how can I even ask these people to do these things when I myself am not doing them. And so really just check in on what kind of distributor do you want to attract? What kind of distributor do you want to create? Like Kira just said in the chat, people are going to follow your actions, not your words. Okay, so really being the distributor that you want on your team. Be the best distributor that you can be with where you're at and what you have now. And if you want to grow and if you want a team of people that are like, I want 1 million Kiras on my team, right? I got to probably show up like Kira. I want 1 million Lisas on my team. I probably got to show up like Lisa, right? And so I'm seeing these people who are doing the things, and that's what I get to do, so that my people see that and they're like, wow, I want to be like Anna. Because not that it's bad, but if I got all these distributors on my team and they're like, wow, Kira really crushes it, I'm going to be like, yeah, she does. But I'm going to feel a little sense of like, I should probably crush it too, and I should probably lead by example. So I just wanted to share that with you guys too, because it came to me after I shared, like things always do. So I just wanted to say that, but I think that's all that we have for you guys. Again, thank you so much for staying on and staying plugged in and staying present. We so appreciate you guys. And if no one else has anything, we are good to go. All set to hop off. So I hope you guys have a great night. And Kira, Elizabeth, I'll see you guys in a few days.
Yay, we're in the wave, guys. Let's ride it.
Love you
Dr. Hill.
guys. Thank
Right.
you.
Say
Bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye, Ayla. Go get milk.
Say see you soon,
get
Busy. Cuddle me soon.
Yes.
Bye-bye,
Bye,
friends.
guys.